The phrase, "I love you," resonates deeply in our hearts. It's a powerful declaration, filled with affection and intimacy. But why, then, did Jesus, the central figure of the Christian faith, never utter these exact words in any of the biblical accounts? This seemingly surprising absence actually leads us to a richer and deeper understanding of the nature of divine love. A love that transcends words and manifests itself in powerful, transformative actions. The question that has permeated generations of Christians and non-Christians invites us to go beyond the surface, to question our own perception of love and explore how Jesus' message is expressed not just in verbal declarations, but in concrete actions that still reverberate to this day. Many argue that the absence of the phrase, "I love you," in the Gospels does not indicate a lack of love, but rather a demonstration of a different kind of love, one that is expressed through actions, sacrifice, compassion, and service. Jesus didn't need to say, "I love you," because his actions spoke louder than any verbal declaration. His life, his healings, his miracles, his teachings, and above all, his sacrifice on the cross are undeniable proof of an unconditional and eternal love. He loved by demonstrating, by serving, by forgiving. He loved to the very end. Imagine the scene. Jesus healing a leper, comforting a widow, feeding hungry crowds, teaching with wisdom and compassion, forgiving repentant sinners. Each act is a silent yet eloquent declaration of a love that surpasses any linguistic limitation. The cross, the ultimate symbol of Christianity, represents the pinnacle of this sacrificial love, an act of total and unrestricted surrender. There are no words that can express the magnitude of this love. A love that gives itself completely, expecting nothing in return. The way we understand love is shaped by our own human experience, often limited and conditioned. God's love, however, transcends our limited comprehension. It is not merely a feeling, but a creative force, a divine essence that permeates existence and drives creation itself. It's a love that is not confined to fleeting declarations but is revealed in constant and enduring acts. The absence of the phrase, "I love you," in the sacred texts forces us to reflect on the nature of divine love. We must learn to recognize God's love not just in words but, most importantly, in actions. We must seek to understand his infinite compassion and mercy, demonstrated in every event throughout human history. The central message of Christianity doesn't reside in empty words but in transformative actions. Jesus calls us to follow in his footsteps, to love not just with words, but with concrete acts of love, compassion, and service to others. The true expression of divine love is reflected in our own lives, in our commitment to justice, peace, and compassion. In imitating Jesus, we are not merely following a set of rules, but expressing a love that transforms us and connects us to the divine. It is in this process of imitation that we find the true essence of Christian love, a love that is manifested not in empty declarations, but in concrete actions that reflect the greatness of God's love. The absence of the phrase, "I love you," in the accounts of Jesus does not diminish, but rather expands our understanding of divine love. It's a love that transcends words, a love that manifests itself in powerful and transformative actions. As we reflect on Jesus' life and teachings, we are called to transcend the limitation of words and express our love for God and for others through concrete acts of compassion, service, and surrender. May the search for an understanding of divine love lead us to a fuller, more meaningful life, filled with actions that testify to the greatness of the love we have received.